I can't.
How to give myself a little energy, and we're back again with my radio show, Jordan and Lauren. No, I'm just kidding. It's not my
Michael had a radio show on Anchor for like 1 second.
No, I still have it. If you go on Anchor, and you'll find my radio show.
I feel like that's out.
It's a very traditional radio show.
There's some good, not very good dating advice.
Okay, we are back with the Skinny Confidential, him and her podcast. We did the first episode. You almost hit me in the face. This is the second episode. And we've got some hot
Number 2, it's
topics.
even better than number 1.
Yes, of course.
Right, Jordan?
You gotta get that.
Yeah.
We're back here with Jordan again. She's still off camera. We have still not figured out a way to get her on the camera.
We're gonna
One
figure it
day,
out.
guys.
I think
One
if
day.
anybody out there knows, like, is there like a wide angle lens? We're working with a Canon 5D.
Maybe we should just like put like a screenshot of my face in the corner and just have it be like me like there.
Taylor, get on it.
Yeah,
Taylor.
We're here with Taylor's back there. He's
Tech guy.
Taylor's back there. He's sipping a beer again.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we are going to discuss a couple of hot topics, like I said, but first I want to let you guys know how important it is to subscribe. Subscribe on iTunes, subscribe as many times as you can, tell your friends, your pets, your boyfriend to subscribe, and also tweet us questions at Ask Him and Her. Use that hashtag. And
Is it only on Twitter?
They can do Instagram too.
You can send questions via like any social media platform, but
Like, you can still send me questions on Snapchat, which is very important. Michael Bostic.
I can't.
Shameless
he
plug.
thinks he's literally like
Number 1.
Kate Hudson,
Number
like
1.
how to lose a guy in 10 days, like on
But
Snapchat.
remember, I'm the one picking the questions, so
Somehow Jordan needs to see it, so I will forward it to Jordan. But
Okay, that's like literally obnoxious. Jordan doesn't want to do
Then I guess I'll know the questions in advance though, so maybe
Okay.
it's so good.
hashtag Ask Him and Her.
So,
and
subscribe.
spelled out.
I'm looking
Subscribe.
at Pixie right now. She's in the bed.
Pixie.
It's my chihuahua.
Okay, so subscribe and
Subscribe.
ask us questions via hashtag Ask
And before
Him
you even
and Her.
listen, rate me 5 stars.
Us. He likes to
Us.
say me. I can't with that. So, anyways, let's talk about how we're going to New York tomorrow and Panicky Susan's coming back.
Wait, pause. Everyone needs to hear the backstory of Panicky Susan, because if you don't know, it's quite hilarious and panicky and anxiety watching someone else have anxiety, which is my favorite pastime.
Okay,
So,
well, I mean, I don't want to...
No, I mean, I feel like I can explain it the best. So, I had major jaw surgery, and you guys know that if you read my blog. And literally, I looked like the Nutty Professor for like 8 months. The doctor said.
And after the jaw surgery, we went to New York
Wait.
Fashion Week, which
Okay,
was...
that's a whole, like, it's a
Wait,
whole
wait, wait.
podcast. Though.
I
Like,
have
you
an
can't just jump in on
interjection.
that.
If you haven't seen Lauren, you're a total badass, and you posted your swollen pictures. So go to theskinnyconfidential.com and search swollen, and you will see she's not joking. She was like literally freaking swollen.
She was literally like a jack-o'-lantern head.
My
for a
dad
while.
was like,
I love her,
oh my
but she was like my little pumpkin head.
babe, you like loved it though. Like
It was
admit
like Jack.
was fun.
Is that his name? Jack Frost from...
I was literally like the Nutty Professor on steroids, but just in my face. I got really skinny, by the way. Like when I was like having that whole surgery, I was literally like
Couldn't open her mouth.
I couldn't open my mouth.
It was a rocky couple months.
He remembers that part well.
Boys, it was a rocky couple months.
I know. So
Ew.
I had jaw surgery. I vlogged about the whole entire experience. It was gnarly. Like I thought it was gonna be like a couple weeks. It turned into like 9 months. Still dealing with it. Still swollen. But I'm definitely.
It's definitely been
It's been
pretty interesting.
pretty interesting.
Pretty interesting. Shout out to Larry David.
So, Panicky Susan. So, I had major jaw surgery. The jaw surgery was like super gnarly, and I was so swollen, and I got Snapchat. And like, I'm not gonna like make you guys look at my face when it's literally like the fattest thing you've ever seen on Snapchat. Like, no filter could fix that, right? Honey, come on. You can say it. Like, it was bad.
I mean,
yeah.
I said maybe like let's take it easy on the selfies for a little while.
So I took it easy on the selfies for like 8 months. So anyways, I had to like use something else to like entertain you guys. So naturally, I just felt like I should show Michael's totally true, authentic self, which is Panicky Susan. And Panicky Susan is Susan, and Susan's constantly panicked when we travel. Like she is all over the place.
Wait, whoa. Stop saying she. Like, I'm still
Okay,
a person. Like,
okay, I feel like it's a she, but like we can say it's a he if we're on the podcast. But
Susan's soul, like Susan's spirit animal, is a she.
yeah, like it is a
no,
she.
let's back it up. Okay, my dad always goes into these panics. Like we used to work, we have a company together called Jetbed, and we do these conventions every year. And say the convention starts on a Thursday. Well, he's like, we better get there on Monday. But literally the last time we got there, we tried to go in the convention hall, and the guys that like the guys that are there on ladders and like driving around forklifts looked at him like, whoa, dude, like what are you doing here? He's like, I'm here to check out the booth. And they're like, look, sir, you can't come in here.
There was like literally crickets. He was like,
So basically,
So the Panicky Susan is my creation to explain him, and somehow they adopted it to me,
I mean,
which
like
is complete
father, like
bullshit.
son, though.
the apple obviously doesn't fall far from the tree.
No,
Listen, guys.
when you travel, it is like traveling with Godzilla. Like everything is planned. Like we have to get to the airport 8 hours early. Like we're camped out. Like you're friends with like the airline stewardess pre-check-in. Like
I do not like to miss flights.
you take your shoes off and we don't have to take our
The
shoes
one
off.
time
Like,
that I let Lauren take the reins, we missed the flight out of New York. It was a cold and stormy night.
It wasn't
we
that
got
cold.
stuck
You
in
just
some
felt-
kind of Sheraton or some kind of fucking hotel somewhere. And she puts on, I'm having anxiety that I missed the flight, but she puts on, of all movies, Gone Girl.
Oh, I
And it
loved
just
it.
scarred me for life. I'm never gonna miss a flight again. It's just
I
not
feel
gonna
like
happen.
I would Gone Girl you though if you don't get better with flights. Like you gotta get better. Like you're so gnarly. Anyways, Panicky Susan was this character that I shared with you guys when I had jaw surgery and I couldn't be on camera and I had to show like someone else in my life, and it was just too easy. We're there, like it was real, it was going on. Like we were traveling to Paris and New York for Fashion Week, which I obviously didn't make my cameo appearance.
I'm not gonna be doing too many runways.
There was no runway experience with that nutty professor.
No, there sure wasn't.
There was
So Panicky
Oh, I felt like I got
Susan-
my radio voice there. No, there sure wasn't.
Oh my god! We gotta have Steven on.
So Panicky Susan is back again. 'cause
Well,
you
we're
guys are
going to New York
traveling.
tomorrow. We're catching the red eye.
So we're going to New York.
Lauren's doing something with Shape Magazine, which is pretty fucking cool. I have a couple meetings out there, and we're gonna make kind of a trip of it. New York's our favorite place.
We love New York.
Favorite place in the world.
We love
And I've
it.
been to a lot of places. So has Lauren.
I just like how you can like drink champagne and eat what you want.
Listen,
you just walk everywhere.
I live
and
in
just
Southern
walk calories.
California, and my personality I should not be here. I was driving around yesterday in traffic, and everyone's just laid back. It's just cruise, bro. And I like the fast pace in New York. I'm all for it.
It's so much fun. You like can walk wherever you want to go. Like there's so many great restaurants. The Italian
It doesn't
food's
close
the
at
best.
10:30.
And the pizza. I mean, the pizza is so good.
But anyway, I
Okay,
think we should
well,
probably just get into the
yeah.
show here.
Yeah, so now that you guys know who
wasting a lot of
Panicky
time.
Susan is,
Susan's back tomorrow.
look for him on Snapchat because it's hilarious.
Snapchat
But
Michael Boston.
The whole point of
Oh
this
my god!
podcast
Can you not shameless
is
promote yourself?
Shameless promote.
I can't with that.
the whole point of this podcast is so that Lauren and Michael can interact with you guys and ask questions. So we are actually getting questions in now. If you want to send in more questions, send them to #AskHimAndHer and spelt out, or send them to anyone on Snapchat here. And so we'll just get right into it. So the first question that I'm going to pick, because I'm picking the questions, is from Ariana. And she says, I want to start a blog. What is the best way? Ooh, that's like
I'm probably gonna let Lauren like take that, and then I'll fill in because I feel like I feel like I'm gonna jump in. Is Ariana starting this as a business? Probably. Well,
Ariana.
Yeah, she probably wants to be a blogger, and
I'm gonna let Lauren.
no,
lead it then.
I think that this industry has become saturated, but that doesn't mean that you can't jump into it and do it right. But if you're
Well,
gonna
let me say something about saturation, and I think this goes for any business. It's only saturated if you're not good. If you're planning on launching a mediocre blog, then maybe don't launch a blog, right? Or any business. This
but
applies.
if it's like balls.
No,
to
this
walls.
applies to any business. If you're like, I hate when people say, "Oh, this industry's saturated," or this business model is like. If you're planning on being like everybody else, then yeah, maybe it's saturated. But if you're planning on being fucking amazing, and you actually have something to say and some valuable content to provide to people, then by all means launch the blog, because you're going to shine and you're going to put all those other people that are performing at a mediocre level to shame.
Well, that's something I always hear you say, Lauren. You always say, be authentic, be authentic, be authentic. That's
Yeah,
like your
absolutely.
that's like the number one tip.
Authenticity is really important, but here's the thing. You can be as authentic as you want and try to be a blogger, but if you don't have something amazingly dynamic to say through a blog, it's not going to work. But
I would say
however, you haven't heard my however.
Okay.
However, maybe you're amazingly authentic and you're really good at writing a book, or maybe you're really good at doing something else. It doesn't have to just
What's her
be a
question
blog.
though? Her question is, how do I start?
We're getting veered off. So
Yeah,
the question
okay,
is
so
how does she
I
start?
wanna
The question is,
start a
like, just with
blog.
anything else, it's any kind of business, any kind of blog, anytime you're entering any industry of any kind of professional nature, the question is how to start is to start. Just start. Just do
start,
it.
yeah, just
stop,
do it.
Stop contemplating. You're not going to launch with the perfect product.
Okay, him and I like so disagree on this.
Do
so I'll
you
let
think?
finish.
Do you think she should like?
Let me just back up. Lauren's going to disagree with me on this, but let's just say this: when Lauren has changed the Skinny Confidential now, how many times?
This has been the 4th time and it's been 5.5
Okay,
years.
so that's a perfect example of what I'm saying. Is she did not launch with her picture perfect product. Maybe
But I did think it was the picture perfect product when I launched it.
Yes, but the main thing is you got to get started. And if you're not going to get started and you're going to wait for that perfect time,
He's right.
you're going to miss the boat. I mean, it's time to go.
Also, this is Jordan on the side here. I feel like I have to.
I feel like they can hear that you're like on the side. You're like, hello,
it's me. Also, nobody wants to look at things that aren't pretty, so like put some effort into it, right? Like make it pretty.
like you say, like just launch it. Like you can't just like.
No, but
you
here's
have
what
to,
I
like,
would say.
have a
I don't
little
mean just
game plan.
launch it though. I mean, if that's what you're going to do,
Do it.
and your
Get off your
blog-
ass.
No, not just that. If your blog is what you're going to do, then yes, one, get off your ass and do it. But two, this is not like a little side thing that you can just kind of do as you go. Like this has to be your main thing. You have to be going in. You have to be putting a shitload of energy, a shitload of time. Okay, you got a job, maybe you got a traditional 9 to 5. That's fine, no problem with that. But you still have what are you doing from 5 till 2 in the morning?
I like to.
You got to really, really get after it. I mean, it's not something you can just kind of trickle into. You got to like really put an emphasis on it. This is a project. This is where you're putting your name. This is what you're putting out there into the world. Like this is not something where you can write a piece of content and say, I hope that works. Like it's going to take time. You're not going to start a blog
Money,
and have it take off.
time, dedication. I like to compare blogging to modeling.
I think I've seen Lauren work on this.
You gotta compare blogging to modeling. Everyone
5 to
on
7 days a
Instagram
week,
thinks
right?
they're a model. Like how many? Like when you say like for bookings. Like you and I were laughing about this.
Yeah.
Okay, so on Instagram, you go on Instagram and there's like all these girls on Instagram that are like for bookings, like email like Maureen at bookings.com. Okay. Maureen, like
Who's Maureen?
no, like bookings, like it's not like a real model, like
Okay,
it's like a
okay,
fake model. Like go with, like bear with me.
Okay.
So there's so many models on Instagram. Modeling's saturated, but the models that stand out are the ones that let it kind of like take over their life and like make it a brand and like make it like their full-time job and like really go for it. And blogging is the same as modeling. Like if you're gonna be a blogger, like be a blogger. Don't be a half-ass blogger, or don't be a blogger at all.
Well, the
Right?
question was, how do I get started, right?
So how she gets started?
The way you get started is you get started. You have something unique to say. You have some legitimate
niche.
content.
You love
have,
niches.
You have a little niche. There's nothing wrong with. I see a lot of people start a business and they think they need to capture everyone. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with starting a niche.
Start small.
And catering to that audience and really providing that audience with a shitload of information and a shitload of value and letting that audience kind of build your brand for you. I mean, don't come out there and just grab at everything and hope that you can, please the world. Get the people that will identify with you, speak to them, provide them really valuable content on a daily and weekly basis, and consistently.
So
that's how you start.
be authentic, be consistent, keep going,
And work your ass off.
But also don't launch with launch with your vibe. Like if you're like a tomboy, like don't launch with like a bright pink site that's like half-assed. Like launch with like a vibe that like represents you. Like do like the best logo you can do, like with the budget that you have. Like have white space. No one likes like an all black website. Like, by the way, like just so we know that, like.
Well, you're getting too specific. No,
Okay.
I disagree.
Okay, he disagrees
Stop.
with me.
If your
I'm
vibe
a
is all black
perfectionist.
website, if your vibe is all black website, then do that. Don't listen to what Lauren
Black
says.
doesn't translate well.
No, it doesn't matter. People are going to do what works for you. But I think with that, like we've kind of answered that question, right?
I feel
Good luck, Ariana.
We beat the shit out of the question. Like the question's like.
I don't even know if we really answered the question.
Ariana, if we didn't answer your question, ask a question again next time, and we will.
To put it in a nutshell, get started, provide authenticity, provide
Content.
value, and do it consistently.
Yes.
Next.
Yeah.
Okay,
Move
we're
on.
obnoxious, literally.
Okay, the next question that I'm choosing is from Lisa, and she's asking
Lisa.
that your mom?
I feel
Mom?
like that's your mom.
Mom, is that you?
I feel like you had your mom call in because we don't have
Mom?
questions.
Okay, what's the question?
It's like
Okay.
Lisa B, like with your
Well,
address
let's hear the
after
question.
it.
Mom MJT Mom.
I know, like
Let's hear the
9835.
question.
Okay, Lisa's asking, why are you putting so much emphasis on Snapchat? Why are you guys doing that?
I mean, do you want me to take this?
I mean, you're gonna take it either way, so you should.
It sounded really sexual.
Ew. Okay, well, that's awkward.
Okay, so I started going on Snapchat because Lauren, back to the Panicky Susan thing, was snapping me in every kind of weird angle and every kind
I
of
was loving it. It was
light.
so fun.
She didn't let me. So I figured, hey, look, I'm gonna tell my side of the story. I'm gonna get out there and show what Lauren's doing behind the scenes. You know, we're both on the same story, but we both have completely different opinions of the story.
It's like a
Mine's
parallel
right.
universe.
No, but
So anyways,
my parallel's right.
I'm not good at Instagram. I feel like my personality does not show on Instagram. I'm not good with
Well,
pretty
like, how
pictures.
can you show your personality on Instagram? Like, no one can. Like, it's just like.
Well,
a
let me just answer
curated
this
image.
question.
Oh, okay, I will.
She likes to interrupt a lot.
Yeah, so do you.
I said I want to have my own Snapchat. I like Snapchat. It's my favorite social platform. I don't like Facebook. I don't like Instagram really. Twitter I've never really put an emphasis on. But I like Snapchat because I can just go like boom, boom, boom and blast a snap out there to the world. And it's just a lot of fun and, you know.
And you also like
people.
to jog and snap.
Yeah, I like to do whatever I'm doing.
I feel like you've never jogged until you got Snapchat, though.
No, I have.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it in like the whole 8 million years I've dated you, but okay.
He's like, and I'm jogging.
Okay, so why do I put such an emphasis on Snapchat? It's not really about why I put an emphasis. I feel like it's a way for me to connect with the readership and engage. And I feel like sometimes when I'm talking to you guys, I'm like texting you guys. It's like such a quick, like easy way to connect with the people that read the Skinny Confidential. It's
It's awesome. I mean,
yeah, it's not like
I
you
read a lot of books, and like how interesting would it be if I put books on Instagram? People would get like 3 likes, and people were like, cool, books. But on Snapchat, I can actually like put the book out there. I can talk about why I like it. People will interact with me. They can ask me questions. I can give them advice. They can give me advice. Like it's just a cool platform.
Also,
Not to mention, I'm fucking fun
wait,
to watch.
you just said I interrupt, but I feel like you interrupt.
Snapchat, Michael Bostic.
Oh my god.
Is that the second or third
That's
time?
the second shameless plug.
Hopefully, I haven't got any followers yet. But
Okay, so
No one's
Snapchat
following.
is amazing, but if you're like in a bad mood or you are feeling your personality is not on like fleek or fleck or
Yeah, but you
whatever
could still
the fuck it's called.
Snapchat that.
No, you can Snapchat, but just like there's been a couple bloggers, not naming names, that I like less after I followed them because I feel like
I got a message I got to show on.
I see that. We can keep it going a little. We're good. I feel like if you don't think your personality translates well in 30 seconds on film, then you should not Snapchat. What you should do though is you could do Anchor, you could do Periscope, you could do Instagram.
You can join me on Anchor. No, here's the thing.
Snapchat doesn't have to be everyone's
No,
platform.
here's the thing. I'm not good on other social platforms. Okay.
You're very good on Snapchat.
But I like Snapchat, and so that's where I feel like my biggest,
Michael Bostic.
Michael Bostic, yeah. Where my biggest strength is. So that's why I like
2 S's.
Snapchat. That's why I'm putting a big emphasis on Snapchat. If you're of the shyer nature, I mean, literally, you can get a shot up my nose. I could have nose hairs that day. I don't care.
One time you did make me do an extra filter though. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, okay. But my point being is that I'm comfortable on Snapchat. If you're comfortable on Instagram, you're comfortable on a blog, you're comfortable on Facebook, whatever.
Like
YouTube.
find your platform.
Yeah, but the reason I'm putting such a big emphasis on Snapchat, and I think probably this goes for you too,
Taylor's
Lauren.
literally sweating and perspiring because we're running over, so we need to ask the next question.
No. But I think let me answer the question. The reason I'm putting such a big emphasis on Snapchat is because it's my favorite platform, and I feel like I can showcase my personality the best on it. Lauren, probably the same.
It's our favorite platform.
It's our favorite platform.
And you know what has been so fun?
But
It's like me and Michael have found
So
like
Mom,
this-
if that's you, that's why. Don't be nervous. I'm putting my life out there. She gets really nervous.
But Lauren, you like it because of the reader engagement.
I like it because of the reader engagement. I respond to every single snap. I don't care how busy I am, I will respond. But also I like have this like fun banter with Michael that we have like without the like cameras there, and we like have it on Snapchat, and it's so fun to share. So next question though, we gotta go.
Okay, Nico is
But
asking.
Nico's your boyfriend, so okay. Just so you
Nico.
guys know.
Hi, babe.
Jordan's like trying to
It's
shut up.
episode 2, guys.
Wait, I feel
okay?
like you
Can
should
send
put
in the
Nico's
questions?
snap name up since like you're like gonna tell
Okay,
your boyfriend.
Nico's snap is.
He's also my lawyer, and he's a damn good one.
We
Hey,
should have
Nico.
Nico on sometime
We
to
will.
talk about.
We
Okay,
should. We will.
if you need some legal advice, Nico's snap is Nico Becerra snap.
I feel like you Bostics are like throwing in your snap name.
And you can also snap me to get his snap. My snap is Jordan Bostic.
wow.
OMG, you guys are
Wow.
Snap
literally-
it in there.
I can't.
Okay, so anyway, going
Taylor
back to
doesn't
the
have
question, Nico, how
He
do you
does.
drive? You
Sorry, go
guys,
ahead.
are you listening?
Go
to the
ahead.
question?
So hard.
Nico, how do you drive traffic to your Snapchat? That is an awesome question.
Wait,
I
you
must
didn't
say.
finish the rest of the question.
The question is, how do you drive traffic to your Snapchat, and how do you keep people interested?
Do you want to
But I
start, or
got-
do you want me to start?
How do you
if you
drive
let
traffic?
me start, that would be really different. Should I start?
Okay, so anyways, I'll start.
Okay, Wrangler in Chief jumping in. Lauren, ready, set, go.
Okay, how do you drive traffic to your Snapchat? You growth hack it, which he's laughing under his breath because he taught me how to do that. Basically, you use your other platforms to drive traffic. You don't do it in a manipulative way.
Whoa.
Wait,
Let's
excuse
make it
me.
simplify it. Simplify
No,
it.
I'm going to tell my story, you tell yours.
Okay.
So, you growth hack it. So, like, say you're on
It's not
Twitter.
called okay.
What's it called?
It's just. Do you want me? You go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It's,
you go ahead.
Okay.
Someone go ahead.
I'll go ahead. It's not. Snapchat's not it's not the same as the traditional way that Facebook or an Instagram or a Twitter work. You're not going to see for example, Taylor back there. If I follow him, he doesn't know if I'm following him unless he catches me viewing
Which
one of his
I
videos.
love.
Lauren doesn't know if I'm following him. You don't.
I
So
love that.
there's no explore page. There's no popular page. There's
Over that.
There's no your friend liked this. There's no your friend liked that. So
There's no
it's
buying
the old
fake
way.
followers.
No.
I
There's no,
can't with that
there's-
either.
Okay, but so how do you drive traffic to it?
Okay, so you have to drive awareness the old way. You have to let people know. Like I've been shamelessly plugging my Snapchat on here in hopes that this platform drives viewers. So if you go to my Instagram right now, the first thing you'll see in my bio is Snapchat Michael Bostic. I will post Instagram photos and talk about Snapchat. I will go on Lauren's and shamelessly put my name on the screen. I will go on other Snapchatters and put my name. I mean, it's the old story of traditional marketing. You have to get out there and let people know that this platform exists. It's not the same as an Instagram or a Facebook where someone's going to stumble upon you. You have to let them know that you're there.
So it's
And-
very intentional.
Yes, and then to answer the second part of how do you keep people interested, you have to provide content and value and something interesting to watch. I mean, no, I don't want to see you walking with your feet and looking weird in the car. I don't want to see the Kylie Jenner look in the car. Unless you're Kylie Jenner and you just have
If you're
that kind
Kylie
of...
Jenner, keep doing what you're doing. But if you're not Kylie Jenner, no one
If you're
wants
not
to
Kylie
see you
Jenner
with your
and you're sitting
long
like this-
acrylic, going down your neck.
No.
Lauren, something I've heard you say that always sticks out to me is you say it's called a story for a reason. Can you because I feel like this totally relates to the question.
Here's the thing. If you have Snapchat and you're not telling a story, you're doing it wrong, in my opinion. Unless
Exactly.
you're Kylie Jenner. If you're Kylie Jenner, you can spread your butthole and you're fine. Throw a filter on it and you'll get
Is she
attention.
spreading her butthole on there?
She's doing a couple things that you haven't seen.
Okay.
So what is the story? Tell them what the story is.
So the story is the story of your day. So when you wake up, what are you?
But once again, if the story of your
you
day...
gotta stop interrupting though.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. he has a problem with it. Okay, so the story is like you wake up, like what are you doing? Like for Michael, he wakes up and he like reads his paper and he like has his book and he has his hot lemon and water, which he copied me on. And then he goes to the gym and he has a green juice. And like there's a way to creatively tell that story every single day, but like then your story is different every day because you add to your story, you have your work, you have your nighttime thing, whatever it is. The point is like tell the story throughout the day and involve your personality.
Okay, so that's how you keep people interested. So like, how do you get people to watch your story? Like say I'm a normal person, which
you
I
get
am.
people to watch your story by providing interesting content, something different, something that showcases your personality. I mean, don't try to copy somebody else because that's not
wait, we gotta like talk about that for a minute.
Well,
really quick.
Okay.
I know Taylor's texting you to get off, but
You guys,
copying
just
someone-
listen for a little longer.
Copying someone else is not the way to go.
no, you have to be yourself. It's gonna be, it's your story. It has to be authentic. It has to be unique. You keep people interested by providing them with something interesting to watch that they haven't seen before.
That provides them with value and content.
Yeah, I mean, what was my story yesterday? It was nothing too crazy, but about my acupuncture experience, and you can put a spin on that. I had a meltdown driving to get my, in the traffic in San Diego, and I tied it back to why I think San
It's
Diego's
not manipulative either. It's like your
No,
actual story.
I'm telling a real story. I'm not making anything up.
And wrap your story up too. Like people don't wrap it up. Like some people will be like telling their whole day and then we'll just stop the story.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna stop this conversation because it's gone on.
So anyway, you drive traffic by bringing awareness to a platform that people maybe don't know exists, meaning your platform on Snapchat.
Doesn't Snapchat have a link now too? Like you can post
It does, but it's not.
Use other big Snapchatters. Use YouTube channel. If you're a YouTuber, use your YouTube channel. If you're of a blog, use your blog. If you have a good
isn't
Instagram,
that growth
use Instagram.
hacking?
Yeah, that's growth hacking.
Oh.
But basically, you're taking an audience that you already have, hopefully, and if you don't, then you got to find other creative ways, and you're transporting them by bringing awareness.
Okay, so
then you are providing value and interesting content.
We're gonna
period.
growth
That's it.
hack this podcast and say on the podcast that you guys should subscribe.
I'm going to be Snapchatting.
No, that's too
about
that's Inception.
No, I'm going to be
Like, come on.
Snapchatting about this podcast,
No, that's obnoxious.
which will lead back to
I can't.
Snapchat.
Okay, well, Jordan's bored. She's
Just
asleep.
bored.
So anyway,
Anyways.
okay, so we are gonna growth hack at this podcast. We're gonna say to just subscribe. I cannot talk after 2 sips of champagne. And we're also gonna tell you to ask us questions via the hashtag #AskHimAndHer. And is spelled out. It's not the and symbol on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can still Snapchat and Instagram if you
I
have
feel
to.
like Michael has said his Snapchat handle so
No,
many
I don't need to
times
say it again.
today that you guys have memorized
I won't
it.
say it again. It's just
Mine
Michael
is at Lauren Everett's, and we will see you guys next time where we will be discussing other things other than growth hacking and Snapchat.
Bye.
Bye.